ready, Phoebe? Are you ready, Frankie, to start talking? Yes? You're a very cute little birdie. Hey, don't pick that. Hey, Dad. Where are you? I'm very cuddly bird for you. Okay, it's too cold for her. You could put her in there. Yeah. Just put her inside, close it, and then bring it out. Okay. Good morning, Sal. Self. Ah! Oh my God. I just finished my breathing exercise, which went really well. My average heart rate is 72. Coherence level of 2.7, 90% of the time high, only 2% of the time low. So it doesn't get so much better than that. I listened to Alan Watts' guided meditation twice this morning, which I used when I was doing my meditating, and it felt very nice. Yeah, so I got back on track yesterday. I finished my journaling, even though it was pretty late. It was like 8 o'clock, so I want to be done by around 5. So that means no sleeping in the middle of the day. Find a way to wake myself up. But I was also pretty tired after pickleball and during pickleball. I was kind of lethargic during pickleball, and then I thought I was going to go do my journaling, but I sat on the couch and it was just so comfortable, so I fell asleep, and I went into another dimension for like 2 hours. But you know, we got there. Fell asleep at around 11 last night. Was having dreams of like earthquakes and crazy shit. Woke up at like 3, went pee-pee, and then when I fell back asleep, I had more pleasant dreams about my family and playing games, you know, nice things. The day before that, I had a really, really vivid dream that I was being hunted while I was swimming underwater by like a dad and a son, 2 Asian guys. And then I like killed the dad on like 20 or 30 feet underwater with a huge nail. And I like was stabbing him. And then I was like digging, I was digging into his neck with it. And then I was hiding from the son, and the son saw me and shot me, but then I pointed at the dad, and then the son left and went to get the dad, who was dead. Pretty morbid. So, you know, maybe getting back on track of a better sleep schedule will help me not have those dreams. We'll see. So anyway, yesterday I had good preparation, but I was running late, similar to today. But I think I was a little bit worse off yesterday. My market alignment was actually really, really bad considering the balance conditions, because I forgot to remind myself of what happens in extreme balance conditions and what my overall plan is for those conditions. So, yeah, after like 20 minutes of being patient, I started trying to take breakout trades to both sides. I wasn't really aligning in the correct direction. And then I started acting out of some fear. So what I did to help myself with this is I created this right here. Trade catalog. You don't know. Oh, here. So, market context playbook, extreme balance conditions. I'm probably going to change the name of this to like opening types or like day types. But I created a playbook for it that I'll review each time we have these conditions. So today is going to be a different page of the playbook that I'm going to create. We had news and it was a big miss, but we're still in balance. So we still have that one time framing up from for 8 weeks in a row. We've been making higher highs, and a break of 4070 breaks the one time framing up. So that's like essentially the extended target. Upon a test of 4100, we expect to see buyers, but if not, then we've extended targets lower. And this is a pretty key area, 4070. So yeah, we had a big miss on the news. So some really interesting stuff playing out this morning. So depending on what my plan is in the morning, it's going to be very important to continuously remind myself of what the market was saying before it opened, and then integrate what's happening in the market with that plan and see how it's coming together, if it's correct or not. If the initial bias was correct or not. A lot of the times it will be wrong. But it needs to be proven wrong. So I need to be pretty objective, I would say. And I need to have really extensive knowledge about the market too in order to be able to play out these plans. So, my strongest attributes, I created that folder. I felt relaxed and ready at the open. I had patience and did not feel rushed. In the pre-market, I had the strongest understanding of extreme balance conditions I've had, although it did not stick. Yeah, and I didn't feel any pressure, which was really, really great. I felt very nice. My weakest attributes, not a good management strategy for balanced conditions. Yeah, I had 3 winning trades, and they went like 7 points in my direction, and I didn't take profit on any of them, so that's something that I need to work on. Maybe like a 7-point fixed stop in extreme balanced range. Fixed target, I mean. I couldn't hold on to my winning trade today. I felt fear, and then I became myopic, and I forgot about the news, which is something that really can't happen, which does happen sometimes. But when I'm feeling that sense of fear and like I'm changing things around and not sure if it's warranted, I need to take a step back and ask myself why I'm performing these actions, and if it's really something that's in my best interest, or if I'm only trying to protect myself with my emotional state. I missed 2 entries for textbook IBF because of a misalignment from the market context. Really not once was I aligned with the context today of mean reversion. I did not have a good understanding of what it truly means for my business plan to be operating in these conditions, causing me to miss out on many opportunities. Yeah, those IBFs were really, really beautiful, but I was looking for a breakout, and at the time I'm thinking like, why am I not catching this IBF, or why did I not see that? It was so perfect. And the reason why I didn't catch it is because all of my thoughts and decisions leading up to that IBF were breakouts and were continuations. So I wasn't looking, I didn't have mean reversion as part of my active mindset of something I was searching for. And I was also reading what John was saying, that if we hold above 27, then we'll continue higher, which is correct. But in the short time frame, my setup is IBF. So, or just something surrounding the IB, and the structure was very clear. So, you know, I need to stick to my morning plan and see how it's working out. In extreme balance conditions, mean reversion comes first. So those are some hard lessons to learn. And the next time we have those extreme balance conditions, I'll probably watch the video from this day, and also I'm gonna review the catalog, and hopefully today I could build another piece of the catalog. Patterns, my sleep schedule, feeling tired in the middle of the day, and I need to get back on track. So today is a brilliant day to do that. We're coming into a 3-day weekend, so I want to finish strong. Pattern break. Before the open, I'm very aware of balance conditions, something I could not wrap my head around in the past. I can remember 2 to 3 times in the recent past where I experienced extreme FOMO in these conditions. Yes, so I took a step forwards, but still need a lot of work, because I didn't experience FOMO, but I was not really capable of following the conditions for mean reversion yesterday. So yesterday I was prioritizing large. This is like what was actually happening with not being able to follow the context. I was prioritizing a large impulse as opposed to the daily context. So I'm proud that I realized a large impulse, and I have fear to go against it because of my past. But according to the priority of inputs, the market context should come before the impulse, because the market context was aligning with my pre-market plan. So it's really mean reversion. I get stopped and have the thought that if I was stopped, why was I stopped? I acknowledge the large selling impulse, but I am narrating from the long side with my finger hovering over the buy button. Yeah, so I took a long right before there was supposed to be a mean reversion trade, and then when I get stopped out, I'm immediately hovering over the buy button. But in my head, I'm thinking, is it really a wise decision to put on a trade right after I was stopped? What was the reason why I was stopped? Which is great, because I prevented myself from making a mistake. Even though I did go long, basically bottom picking, there was some structure. I was able to get risk neutral and take a small win from that trade. It was at a good location with mean reversion, so it's technically proper, but it was pretty dicey. So my goals are to continue to develop my playbook and continue to focus on the higher time frame context, put the pieces of the puzzle together between macro context and intraday context of large impulses, support resistance areas, high volume. So yes, we're going to be really focusing on the bigger chart, especially on a day like today, where in the pre-market we have 60 points of range, and we fully came out of the range of yesterday on both sides. So yeah, we're in a very large rotational market until we're not, essentially. This news, we didn't really expect it to be such a mover, and we expected it to be kind of quiet for the rest of the week, but it was a very large miss, so it moved the market quite a bit. So we have to account for this information. All right. I'll see myself in a little. GG. Okay, so let's remember the plan today. We're expecting some responsive buying at the open, back up towards this 25 to 30 level, where sellers may step in, and we're looking for the first scenario to be a short upon failure of structure at that level, targeting 4100, and then lower to the final extended target is 4050, which is a break of the one time framing into key support area. So we are looking to see if the market is responsive at the open to the upside, or if we start to wiggle and break 4100. If price just breaks 4100 on strong volume, and then we start to see resistance, then we're looking to get short underneath, somewhere in there. If price holds 4100, this is scenario 2. It's less likely, but it's still possible. Then it has a potential to come up to 12, break this area, and then base at 25. And if it bases at 25, we're looking to get long around that area upon a base and a break, targeting 40 SOC.
Sell stocks.
And then 58. Okay, so the market opens up. We see immediate selling to break for the overnight low at 4100. So there's the responsive buying. Okay, we're risk neutral. And we're looking to see the 25-ish area. Man, look at that open action. 4108 is like a tire spinning out of the sand, favoring long early, however, not seeing much traction. Yeah, so we see the market open, price check lower, I get long. We're risk neutral. That was kind of stressful.
Matching reality, flow with the market context.
We price check. Now we're starting to see some we're starting to see the market kind of balance out here. And we could be fairly aggressive with how we manage this as well. If the 12 starts to really stall out, we see another VPOC migration. So we're testing the VHVN and VWAP. And a push. So that's a break of the structure, but a price check. And now we check the high, check the VPOC. And we're kind of auctioning here, but also it looks like struggling. We're holding on here, but looks like it's starting to struggle a bit. A lot of liquidity underneath. This is a big fight here at 0810. So there's no reason to exit the short yet. We're starting to see some heavy selling coming in. Tough holding long, says FT. It is tough. So it looks like this is starting to go. Yes, I'm patient here. My initial bias is short, though I would be shocked to see a response the whole way up to FSVWAP before any selling resumes. So we price check a VHVN here. And we get stopped. We just tested the opening price. Trapped longs likely, 4105 scale. 4109 short setup, says FT. So we're gonna look to get long on a return, short on a return. So we see some structure, a retest of this volume. We have VWAP and mid. Looks like it's a potential failure here. Overnight low is right here. Okay, we're risk neutral. So we're looking for a break of 4100, where we'll target 80 and then lower.
Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and to pull back to the volume.
So FT said he was holding for the overnight stat. We'll see what happens. Upon a test is 4100 if we get responsiveness.
Sell stops.
So stops there.
Sell stops.
So I'm gonna place my stop on in case this 4100 is defended.
Narrate the market,
So
not my mind.
we see stops and then we hold this. We test this volume here and we're coming back down. So this is going to be an important area, but it looks like it may try to hold. Liquidity is pulling there, which is fairly interesting. No stops up there. The 09 is an important area. $100 stops there. The high is currently sitting at 10.75. So we're still looking for potential for a short upon a retest of the structure. Pretty strong impulse coming up to the volume here. Potential for a VWAP to VPOC. All right, so let's concentrate here. So we just impulsed above the high.
Buy stops.
Stops picked. We pick and then come immediately in. So that's considered a pick. And we're right back up here. So it looks like there's potentially some opportunity for the market to come up and test that 25. FT says, wow, that's quite the rotation. I think we might see some continuation off of this. We now have our largest rotation of the day, flat balance.
Quality over quantity. Are my expectations
So let's
matching
observe.
reality? Flow with the market context.
So yeah, very clear rejection below 4,100. We have volume at 05-ish. Volume at 41.5 at the settlement.
Sell stops.
Stops picked there. less stops. So it kind of seems like balance. Break above. Watching for either side to retest opening swing low and potential extension, or perhaps a higher low. So there was a long here. Potential for VWAP to VPOC. Ah. Let's see how we're doing. We're flat. So we test the volume here. Some volatility entering the book here. We have volume at 03, 04.5 to 03. All right, we're risk neutral. And we're going to try to hold for an extension of this area to 25. See where we tested to. Another VWAP to VPOC with structure.
Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and a pullback to the volume.
So we're making higher lows. We're testing the high here. Anything could happen, obviously. We're seeing the stop pick. We're right at the high here. Here's more volume, so another potential entry. And that was a slight break of the high. We see liquidity stepping in underneath. ES potentially getting the higher low as mentioned if we're able to push back 14 stock zone into yesterday's range. I'm looking at a test of 25. Stock zone FS mid for a real barometer of what may happen today. Watching here. That liquidity is assisting. They're not trading, but they're pushing. They're playing games. So this is the outside edge of the distribution. We're on the outside edge here, too. But if we pull back, then there's still some potential for a VWAP to VPOC. That was a break of the structure. So there's potential for a counter rotation here. Liquidity stepping in there. There's a big lid on this and it's a weak high. So we're auctioning in the lower area now, but we're still right in the middle. Another break. This is a potential long, but the range is tight and the structure isn't the same that it was. We need to see it push above this area. So that's a pretty good rotation, and we are seeing a move higher.
Are my expectations matching reality? Flow with the market context.
Anything could happen still. I could be taken out very easily. Squeeze after taking weak longs below. Observe potential inside range. Naked volume point of control above. Not a wreck. So Tom is saying that there's potential for a squeeze. kind of balancing, holding highs. We're really yet to break that structure of holding the highs. Here comes another attempt to break. I think that's acceptable. 6 points. Lock in a little bit. Liquidity stepping in there. Uh-oh. Alright, so we're stopped out of that. Stopped out of that. $114 stops there. Pretty strong impulse. Stab at long setup for 4109, then got scale and then a stop. The context is buying a pullback on a higher low with a very weak high.
Quality over quantity. Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and a pullback to the volume.
All right, so we're back in. I think I got proper risk neutral there. Yeah. It is what it is. Sometimes take a stop. Just got to put myself out there too. It could happen at any point. Or maybe it won't happen at all. So that took me out. So that was a break. We're testing the volume at the low here. We're entered again. We'll look for the upper edge of the range and then the 25. We did see stop divergence. We see a test. And then I enter here. 04 stops at 01. So 3-point risk. Gets scaled at 06.5. If we really start breaking 4100, that's going to be a different story. And this is looking pretty weak now, so
Expectations matching reality. Flow with the market
we may have to change up our plan here. So 99.5 is the low. Looks like a short. liquidity stepping in underneath. So we're unable to break that 4100. We test it. And this is starting to resolve as resistance here. Because we set up the structure, we break, but we have 4100, and then we retest. Yeah, it's worth noting we're trading almost negative 1.5 vola, still unable to get much of a response. Yet, at least. A lot of people are leaning long. Doesn't really affect me. I think so long as we hold 4100, it's mostly longs. Pretty decent impulse. So we pick VWAP, not too many stops there, but we'll see if it wants to reject it or what. We could look for a test of VWAP.
Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and a pullback to the volume.
Volume. Not able to get there yet. We're up at the upper range again. Kind of rounding off. Very quick. Didn't pick. Those guys pull. I almost pressed the button there.
Dice tots.
So we broke, obviously. I don't think this is the best trade.
Quality over quantity. Are my expectations matching reality? Flow with the market context.
Dice tots. Dice tots.
That was not easy. That one stops me out. That's not good trade. We test the volume here. We have volume here. It's just not really necessary. We have volume at 13. FT says, good buying Delta and seeing breadth here. Not going to monitor for breakouts here. All the volume is down here at 12. Would need to see structure to get involved though. We're seeing less stops on the way down. Have to wait for structure though. So we hit VPOC. Those guys are pulling. See all the liquidity come in. We touch, test, and then I buy on the break.
Potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and to pull back to the volume.
We have to break above the swing, and then I'll get my scale. Those guys pull. So I get scaled again. This is a really bad trade. Look, I entered right at the top of the range. There's no need to try to get everything. FT says solid pullback into 10.09 here. Counter rotation at the volume. We're pushing right back up. If it returns there without breaching the current high, then this long is garbage. I agree. Get out of here, ice. Well, I guess that counts the breach.
Vice talks.
Okay, there's stops. Very, very active morning. So that's a pretty solid breach. But we just want to see it bullet train at this point, you know? You've put me through enough pain, market.
Vice talks.
Here we go. So I'm leaving 2 ticks for the sweeper on the previous value area low. Previous week's volume point of control. Previous week's previous volume point of control. Counter rotation.
Vice talks.
Okay, stops coming into the area. Come on, buddy.
Are my expectations matching reality? Flow with the market context.
So we're seeing a sell-in structure. I chased it down by 3 points. We have high volume at 16. I think 14 is a pretty good area. See if we're finally in the green. We are. So it's a break. I think it's acceptable to exit on a retest. We have to remember the plan that it's shorts at these locations. What a crazy fucking ride. For 23 bucks. So this is actually a short if it comes back. It didn't pick these areas. We're watching.
Quality over quantity. Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and a pullback to the volume.
All right, we're risk neutral on a short. We broke the structure here. We retested, we broke. Now we're testing here. So we'll see if we could return. It's good. I stuck to the plan. Shorts coming up on the responsive buying, so we caught the responsive buying even though it was kind of tough. And we really worked hard to make a few dollars there. It's a lot of fun though. So we're off by a tick. It can still take out these spots here. So we still have to be conscious of that. Volume's up at 21.25. We also have the IB being set. So that means there's potential for IBF. Or IBC. IB to be set to 22.75. So we're kind of balancing here, auctioning this area. So kind of anticipating potentially being stopped. We just touched the high volume area, but now we held this. These guys pull below. IB has been set. So we'll see if we see that traditional stop pick, which is a pick and then a quick return. Nothing has changed here, still important. To manage a runner at 26.5, previous volume point of control, and through 30 for the SOC at 40.
Vice talks.
So that's a pick. Potentially some continuation.
Are my expectations matching reality? Flow with the market context.
I think I'm gonna be stopped. Yeah, starting to look pretty responsive here. 31 to 33.5. Yeah, so probably don't want to take that trade. Wow, look at this chart. $22 stops up there. Balancing at the IB. $21.5 small high volume node. Looks like I get one ticked.
Dice talks.
Stops taken. Higher high. See what happens at this if we get to the IB. Liquidity stepping in. Tap the IB. We tapped all this volume from below after picking the high. What? Do I have to pee?
Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market.
I have them.
Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and to pull back to the volume.
So that's another break. Leaving? What time? Okay. Are you coming home today?
I think so. So I'm gonna be going home if I went before anyway.
Okay. So we would have to see the action at 26.5 before even debating a short. And if we break above that location, then 40 is on the list for potential. So that's 26.5 taken. And now we're really running. So I think that taking a short before those levels are hit is not really a good choice, even though I did get risk neutral. And then this one, we did pick the IB, but we have all these levels above that might get picked. So this is not intelligent. And now we're seeing very strong responsiveness. So it's, Tom says beautiful auction. And this is the Squeezeteria. So Tom and FT are on the same page. We have volume at this area and also here, and then the previous volume point of control at 26.5. So this broke. And according to the action, we're looking for responsiveness to 40 potentially. And seeing a pick of the IB would be great. Or seeing what happens at the IB. So this is an area that could potentially hold. Or not. IB is at 22.75. And if it breaks above here, then we might just come back up to the highs. Some buyers here. So I think we may continue. This is a very important area.
Quality over quantity.
What's
Are
happening?
my expectations matching reality? Flow with the market context.
Buyers stepping in, so expecting continuation. Pretty interesting. Well, let's see. Long scratch. Short. Stop. Short. Scale. Scratch. Long. Scale. No, stop. Short, scratch, long, scale, or no, what was that? A short? No, it was a scratched trade. That would have worked. Long, scale, long scale, long, stop, stop, long scale, stops, long scale, stop. Long scale, long, stop, bad long. Stop. Long, scale, target, trailing stop, stop myself out. Short, scale, stop. Short, stop. So I only had one winner, and then I think 2 losers, and the rest were all scales and scratches. Yep. Pretty crazy action this morning. Coming into the IB potentially. A lot of volume down at the IB. potential stop hunt stops here. And then if we get a good entry, we could take one off here and one off at 40. Some decent buying coming in. Selling to break here. And we still want to see the IB stops get picked. We see here that we tested higher, we just tested, couldn't continue higher, broke low. Now we're testing this area. And it is good. So now, potential test here. Notice all the liquidity that stepped in above. So I really was on the right side of this.
Anticipate potential areas to interact with the market. Wait for the market to come to my location. Wait to see the structure and to pull back to the volume.
Vice talks.
And a break. There were opportunities to get involved here, but I couldn't hold on to those. I couldn't catch them. Okay, well, it looks like it's leaving without me. We're gonna do some really good journaling today. I want to be at my desk by 1:30 the latest, because I'm gonna have a lot of review to do today, and this is an important day to review. So, yeah, and we had this day pretty pinpointed, I believe. Really just taking swings, trying to get aligned. So we'll have a lot of review to do today. And it was a really fun morning. All right, GG.